Hey guys, thanks for listening to the show. We would really love if you could review us on iTunes. It would really help us boost our rankings in the search area. The things that we need you to do is we need you to subscribe. We need you to leave a star review and a text review. If you do all three of those things, that would be awesome, and it would really help us out. Thanks. Hey guys, welcome to the GR Rideshare podcast and live stream. We're hoping that the audio is better tonight. If it's not, I quit. I'm joined here with Jesper.
Hello.
And Nicholas.
How's it going?
Ben has the night off. Crickets. So, yeah, what introductions? I mean, you all know us. We need to start. I mean, I like with the live video, you can see us, but it's definitely dark in here, and I'm going to be working on some lighting where I put some lighting up there that comes here and there so we can light up a little bit. But so driving over the last 2 weeks, well, let me back up. Sorry about last week's podcast. I hope that you enjoyed the dumpster fire. We did not label it as an episode 17, so this is episode 17, and hopefully it will be better. I don't know if anyone's online, but hopefully they can hear us well. Maybe Ben will check in. So, okay, driving over the last couple weeks. I will go first. I drove the last 2 weekends, and they were pretty good. Last weekend, Saturday night, there was a couple late airport trips, and I was stubborn. I did all airport Saturday night. I would not leave. So had short trips. Was that last weekend that you gave me that screwy ride?
Yeah, that was Saturday.
Yeah, so Nick went to do a ride, and it was they needed 7, and he only carried 6, and I can do 7. So he's like, yeah, you can have this XL. I'm like, oh, sweet. Now, he didn't know where they were going, and I went there, and they were going a half a mile to Smoky Bones from the hotel. So
I wish I would have known where they were going.
Yeah, because then I wouldn't have taken it.
Well, I would have laughed at you after you.
Well, I did find out, though, for the Grand Rapids audience, that Smoky Bones is open till 2 a.m. bar close. I'm pretty sure they serve food. Don't quote me on it, but I told them, I was like, there's no way they serve food. But anyway, so my night was just short runs of airport runs, and there was 2 late flights coming in at like 1:50 and 2:10, and I'm like, nope, not going downtown, not going to do it. I'm going to stay up here. Well, I managed to get one ride out of there for $6, and I got home and went to bed at 3:30. Ouch. It was terrible. I worked 9p to 6, or I almost said 6A, 9p to 3A, and I made $75.
Yeah, it's not good.
$50 to fill up my tank, so living large. So what about you, Nick?
I drove both Friday and Saturday. Let's be honest, the college kids are back now. It's a shit show.
So it was a lot of
terrible.
drunks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And early in the night drunks, too. It's not, towards the end of the night. It's earlier in the night. They're just hammered.
Okay. All right.
And it's not good. I'm not ready for it yet.
No. No? Okay.
We'll see. And then I did have some
cleaning fees.
Well, yeah, but I don't really feel like cleaning it out.
Yeah, I don't. You and Kevin, that's been on here, he's like, yeah, let them puke in here. I want the $150. I'm like, it's not worth it to me.
See, I don't mind.
You don't mind?
I don't mind at all.
Ugh.
Maybe it's not been that long since I had the kits and all the mucus and stuff.
Okay.
It
maybe.
says not connected to any use.
Yeah, I know. I see that. I can mess with it again, or I can give it a whirl. This is why we need our producer, Ben. But hold on.
Ben.
Yeah, no kidding. Carry the show.
Oh, anyways, I'll keep going on. I had repeat riders that I have had before. Takes them forever to get inside the vehicle. I did not know they were repeat riders until after I had kind of gone to drop them off. And anyways, this guy in the third row completely passed out. I mean, not moving. I was like, can you check, see if he's breathing? Because he's just nothing's there. It's a ride all the way out to Rockford. Well, his wife and brother are in the car, and his wife starts getting super pissed when we get to their house. And she threatens that she's going to punch him right in the throat to wake him up. And I was
lovely.
like, she's not going to do this. Lo and behold, she punched him in the throat.
In your car?
Yes.
Do you get video of that?
I deleted it already. But
Oh,
yes, I did.
what are you doing?
I'm not for that assault.
Well, I mean, could be used.
But-
Even if we don't post it, we could at least use it for evidence if they.
No, I've had him. Like I said, I've had him before, but it was the same scenario last time I had him too, where she wanted to
She
leave the
hit him then,
husband.
too?
No, she didn't hit him, but she wanted to leave him, and because she wanted to get home because she had kids at home,
And he wanted to party.
and he wanted to stay out, so he stayed at his friend's house. She left him there, and it was interesting when you run into those same people. You're like, oh, I'm never gonna run into them again. Lo and behold,
It's
a couple months
crazy.
later.
Yeah, you would think. I feel like Grand Rapids in my head is like a small town. Like we know the city like the back of our hand, so it's like doesn't feel big. It's the second biggest city in Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you get repeat
getting
riders, you're like, hey, put that mic right in front of you, Jesper. Please. No, don't lean in. Let the mic lean to you. So Jesper did not drive, was away with fam.
I drove the weekend before, not last weekend. Last weekend I was at church camp, so we did that. But the weekend before I drove, actually, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I put about 3-4 hours in on Sundays. I wasn't doing anything else, and the kids were out, so I figured I might hit the road.
That's right. You did do some Sunday driving.
So I think the most interesting ride that kind of came to mind was Saturday night. I ended up doing like a run from the airport to Rockford, and then Rockford. Then I head back from Rockford. I took the Beltline back and end up picking up a party of 6, a wedding party from Northland Drive and Beltline. There's the golf club, Thousand Oaks.
Yeah.
And that was kind of interesting. That took that back to Ada.
That's a nice little.
It was a nice ride. They tipped me an extra $25, I believe. And so it's just a nice. Nothing really sticks out from the weekend as being crazy, but it was just a nice weekend.
Oh, that's good. And then Ben didn't drive this last weekend either. He was out with his wife, and I'm not sure the weekend before. It's so far away.
Yeah.
I feel like we should write it down, and just because if we have something interesting. But what about this thing that you wrote here, Nick, about?
Oh, I just finally feel like the passengers in our market, Grand Rapids, are finally starting to figure out that, oh, hey, XL is 6 people.
Yeah.
I've had it multiple times now the last 2 weekends where the riders will actually call me and say, hey, we have 7 people. Can you fit us?
So they're understanding that some have 7, some have 6.
Correct.
I really should. I thought about saying I only can take 6, but then they're going to go like this.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? You can take 7. Why won't you take us? And I don't want to do that, but
Yep.
I feel bad. And I think another reason is for a time Uber was approving all these cars that weren't actually XLs.
Yep.
So I think people got used to just calling and say, "Hey, can you truly fit 7?"
Right.
So, but
I thought about putting in my profile. I can take 6.
that's not a bad idea.
That
But how
is-
many people actually look at it?
I have a lot of people.
I only ever have airport riders look at it.
I wonder if we should do like a
I have
poll.
a lot of people who gets in my car and they go, "Hey, you're from Denmark, huh?" So they definitely look at my profile.
Yeah.
Maybe
You-
it's my name.
Yeah. So interesting enough, do they call you? They don't call you Jesper.
No. Well, they kind of try.
Yeah. So about being from Denmark, I saw that post that you did in, is it Danish?
Sure.
Okay. And I'm like, so you've been here long enough and you're able to speak Danish and type in it, no problem, right? So I think
my sister just joined. Hi, Megan.
your sister?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So I think what's happening is, even though you've been here this long, you still in your brain, when you hear somebody talk to you, you have to translate it in Danish and then into English before you say it, right? I know
No, I think in English.
you do. Mm-hmm. It doesn't come out like that sometimes.
Well, sorry.
No, but I'm.
There's days where I forget both my languages.
Yeah. Okay.
Particularly when I'm mumble mouth at night, right?
Yeah, somebody had said something to me like they think. I mean, I know it happens so fast, but
Sure.
when you hear some English, it doesn't. No Danish words pop in your head at all, or
No.
Oh,
Quite often, I can't even. I have to think about how to put things in Danish.
yeah, because it's different tenses and yada.
I
yada.
just go on to Google and translate it.
Yeah.
And comment on his stuff in Danish.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, rideshare in the news. First up is a funny tweet, and did you post this on our page at all or not?
I did not post it on our page.
Okay.
Saved it for the podcast.
Okay, well, we'll post it, but I'll pull that up a little bit. So this guy, Alex Keeley, looks like he is a comedian. I think stand-up comedian, voted most. Oh no, that's something else.
Oh,
Sorry.
my sister-in-law just joined now.
Oh,
Hi,
boy.
Laura.
Tell Megan she doesn't spell her name right. So the tweet is, I love the Uber rating system. 5-star. No, please explain this to me, by the way. 5 stars, a taxi journey happened.
I think it means a good trip.
Okay.
You
Because he's a Scotsman, so I'm wondering if he's from overseas. Yeah, I think he is. It's heard on BBC radio. And then 1 to 4 stars, I'd like to jeopardize a complete stranger's livelihood, which is so
accurate.
True. All the stories on the national pages, people saying, "Oh, my driver was drinking. It smelled like weed."
Right.
It's so frustrating for them. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how Uber they have to just deactivate him for a couple of days, and then if they get a couple of reports, I mean, you really could end somebody's career if you reported him 3 times in a row. My guess Uber would kick him right off the platform, even though it might not be true.
Well, but I gotta believe that there's a way for the driver to actually report back and somehow prove that it didn't happen.
But how?
Dash
Or
cam.
dash cam,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, for sure. But it's just, I don't know.
I understand.
It just seems a little. Uber's doing what they can do. They're just going to suspend them. You know what I mean? I mean that's
Sure.
all you can do is just suspend them, and hopefully they're not doing it. But
I wonder how many have actually been kicked off the platform due to, issues such as that. I don't know.
yeah, it would be interesting. I don't think it happens a lot, but so by the way, this guy had 14,000 retweets for that and 80,000 likes. I'm like,
Wow.
dang.
How many followers does he have?
I don't know. Let's see. He has 13K or 13 and a half.
3,200
Oh,
followers.
my bad. Oh, that's really good then.
So,
Hmm.
and he's following yeah. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, it's tweets and retweets, right?
Yeah, I know. I just thought it was interesting that I'd be interested to see what he how he knows it can affect their livelihood. Although maybe he's just generalizing because it's a rating system.
Or
I
he
don't know.
drives. Maybe he drives, to fill up his time.
Could be possible, but
So,
all right.
I can see you get a lot of material from driving Uber.
Oh,
Yeah, you think so? The next up is interesting article how rideshare companies are actually increasing traffic and miles driven on the roads instead of taking quote unquote cars off the road.
Yeah.
This is just a Seattle article, but I had all these open. Why am I opening them again?
Oh, you do this every time.
I know, every freaking time. So it's just including Seattle, but what it talks about is most people that are using the rideshare are not people that would have drove anyways. They're people that would have
walked, taken the bus.
or taken the bus. Yeah.
But that's not entirely true, though. At least not for GR. I get a lot of drivers, a lot of riders that use us because it's nearly impossible to find a parking spot downtown.
Yes.
I mean, and so maybe that's a unique situation for Grand Rapids. I don't know, but there's definitely a lot that. And then the people who says I don't want to drive because I want to have the freedom of being able to take a drink.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of riders that wouldn't normally driven.
True. And a couple of podcasts ago, we talked about the business of like valet and parking lots getting less and less because people are doing rideshare driving or taking rideshare instead of parking their cars or getting a valet. What cities need to do is and we've talked about this like a dead horse, is parking and drop-offs and stuff. Cities need to really revamp some policies. And I mean, let's face it, it's here to stay. So what are we going to do to make it more safe for passengers? Right. I mean, that's the bottom line. So, It says the rise of Uber and Lyft in Seattle meant about 94 million additional miles were driven. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a ton. I was
That's
shocked
just
by
in
that
Seattle. Whoa. People took 20 million rides in Seattle in 2017. Dang.
I'd just be curious about the wear and tear on the road. How much extra wear and tear is that? The extra 94 million miles.
That's a lot. That's a lot of miles. Wow. Okay. What else we got?
Article about safety.
Thank you. Article about safety while using rideshare app for riders. Oh, okay. So this is the yeah, we've talked about this before. Wait a minute. Is that the right one? Oh yeah.
Yeah. That
Sorry,
one
my
right there.
bad.
You're
I thought
good.
it was. There was one that has a video, and I opened it again.
You had it open already.
And we've talked about this too quite a bit about safety, and it gives some tips for riders.
I think we should go through the tips.
No, we will. I hate all these articles because I think it's not clickbait, but when you use the word Uber and Lyft, it gets clicks, and they're talking about this guy that sexually assaulted a 16-year-old boy, and it's like that. It's gonna happen.
Yep.
It's just going to happen. It happens with taxis, but you don't hear about it, right? Because no one's going to click on it because it's just one of those things. But we'll go over the tips real quick for a passenger. Request your ride from inside where you are and wait till your driver gets there.
I have an issue with that one.
Well, I know. I mean, don't stand out there for 15 minutes waiting for your driver. I mean, obviously downtown by the Bob, minutes, less than a minute, someone's going to be there. So it's not an issue, but
it depends on the market, right?
Correct.
Yes. I mean,
or if you're ordering a Lyft from somewhere, you might be waiting a bit in Grand Rapids.
Well, not necessarily.
Well, I mean, let's say you're at Walmart on 28th Street. You're going to wait a little bit for a Lyft.
But or Uber, right? Nobody want to pick up there.
That's true. That's true.
But that's a different issue.
The next one, before getting in the car, verify the license plate, the photo. I mean, I don't know how many times. I mean, I have a rule pretty much from 11 p to bar close, my doors stay locked, and I just roll the window down a little bit because I'm like, because they'll walk right in your car.
This is the one I had the issue with. This one right here that you're about to go over.
What, before getting in the car?
Yeah, no. Ask the driver who he's there to pick up. I'm not going to tell you who I'm picking up. I'm going to ask you who you are.
We went through
that.
We went
through that, and that Jesper does that, but then he makes them verify the address.
Okay.
So you're still confirming that.
I don't leave until I know for sure that it's the same address as in the app. And if they change, if they have another address, then I say change it in the app, please.
But my question is, and I agree with you, I started doing that a little bit more, but why would you just avoid that altogether and just ask for their name?
I just think it's nicer.
You're right. We did talk
What's
about
your
that.
rating?
I don't care. It's less than you, but I also drive less than you do. So anyways, it's getting up there, though.
Drive less than him?
Oh, yeah.
No. You drive more than him.
Well, now, but for the longest time, he drove a lot more than I did.
Yeah, but he was only doing airports. That's why his rating's so high.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, don't make up stories.
See, I get all the Cliffs at night who yells and screams at me and calls me bad names.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I like it both ways. I like it what...
We still talk about the article, right?
Yeah. Hashtag. I'm not even going to hashtag that.
Yeah,
that was pretty good. You caught me off guard on that one. I'm usually on top of that.
I'm not going to say anything. Okay, so there was one thing I was going to say. We talked about that. What was I forgot?
Before getting in the car, or... Well, you'll think about it. Yeah. Don't ride shotgun. Agreed, especially if you're a woman. I don't want you riding shotgun. I want you in the back. But if you're a single person, please don't sit behind the driver. Please.
I always say this. If you're going to be talkative, sit up front and shotgun with me. If you're not going to talk at all, going back.
Well, you don't tell them that.
Well, I say, if they ask me, where can I sit? I say, if you're going to be talkative, sit
up
really?
front.
Yeah.
Why?
Just because if they sit up front, it's awkward if they don't talk at all or don't want to
Oh, that's
conversate,
true.
you know?
So you don't let people sit behind you if there's the only one in the car?
I don't say anything, but I don't like it.
Okay.
I mean, you can't see them. I mean, if there was going to be some sort of attack, you're screwed. I mean, they're right behind you. At least from the other side, you can kind of see them moving. But I've never gone to the fact of I've rated people less because of it.
Really?
I've knocked a star off.
I've never thought about that. I mean, I've had lots of times where people sit right behind me because they just get in, and that's. But I think maybe it's because my automatic doors, and I just open whatever side.
Yeah, but if you open the door for me, I would slide over to the other seat, and I will have people do that. They'll come in the one side and slide over because that's just just weird.
But is that less when you have captain seats? Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I haven't driven a car with captain seats in a while.
I have captain seats.
Yeah.
But do you see a lot of people slide over? Because I don't.
Well, I don't. I always pick up how they're on my right side. And when I do the bar crowd, I always have more than one person.
And I do try when I know where the pickup is. I'll actually go around the block if I know it's on the one side. So I pick up the correct way. But sometimes it just doesn't work out there. It doesn't happen very often.
No.
But it's creepy. Please don't do it. That's just me.
Okay.
Hashtag don't creep.
You could just keep your kid's booster seat there, I guess.
I had one guy.
And your child?
Yeah. Yeah. Does that count as, is that against the terms of service? Yesterday, I had a guy, I did 2 hours of daytime driving, which was terrible. But I had my lunch bail from work on my front seat. Oh, no, he's going to sit in the front seat. He opened the door. Normally, people open and see it. And then before I even can grab it, because I forget about it and put it in the back, they move the back. Oh, no, he almost sat on it. So he was going to sit in the front seat.
He was going to sit on your food?
Well, it was empty. It was from the end of the day, but he was a cool dude. So, but yeah, doesn't matter what you put up front. Some people are just going to sit there. I wonder if there's a booster there. If you,
I don't know. I slide my seat all the way up front. My passenger seat in front, I slide it all the way up.
I split the difference.
Do you?
Because when you get an XL, and most of the time, the tall guy's going to sit in the front, and then he tries to sit in there, and he crushes his knees.
I had that exact opposite last weekend. Super tall guy, probably
Goes
7
in the
feet
back.
tall, went second row. And I had the seat slid up all the way, and he's like, is there any way I can get more leg room? I was like, it's all the way up.
Oh, he's asking for
more leg
the back?
room. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So before we move on, Megan has a question. Isn't the seat behind the driver the safest seat in a car?
For a rider, yeah.
Yeah, because the rider's I'm gonna stop them from going through the windshield.
Right. So that's a good point, Megan. To that note, though, I had a rider in my car once. It was a female, and it was probably after midnight. I was taking her home to Rockford, and she had applied to become a driver, and she was kind of weird about being a female driver in GR or whatever. But she said that she had looked into getting a plexiglass.
Like a
divider.
limousine or something?
Well, a plexiglass divider between her seat and the rest of the car. So, maybe you shouldn't be driving.
You mean like in the front too? Like just
side and the back?
Oh.
Yeah, it's just because she was worried about people sitting next to her as well.
I'd get in worried that she's going to kidnap me or kill me.
Yeah, but, I mean, I was just saying it's not really that bad in GR and you'll
No.
be fine. But it's
Yeah.
maybe you should pick another
career.
yeah.
Go do shift.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, it would be cool.
Joyrun, right?
It would be cool. We got a lot of people on there. Cool. Who's writing in Danish? Was that you?
Jasper.
I said hi to all my friends.
Oh.
My one friend.
Yeah. Dang, I lost my train of thought. Oh, it would be cool if the people could drink in there.
It would.
It would. I mean,
Why?
But all you need, isn't it? You just need your chauffeur's license and a divider.
I
between
got my
you and the back?
chauffeurs.
No, because the thing is, the vehicle is still a personal vehicle.
Yeah, I think you have to have. I think it has to be
Commercial insurance then.
something with the city. Like you have to have some sort of license with the
But
city.
why?
I know.
We should look it up.
Why do you want
Yeah.
people to be able to
Wait a
drink
minute.
alcohol in your car?
Yeah,
Uh-oh, someone didn't do fact check.
yeah. Hold on. I'm getting a.
I'll open a sheet. So
You're gonna do it?
Yeah, that's
All right. Fact check the the license thing. Who's John Gregory?
That's my brother.
Oh, is your whole family on here?
I guess so.
Hey, John.
We got let's see, we got Julio.
Yeah.
Is he also your family?
Yes. Julio is my cousin.
Is it?
No.
Oh. Oh, geez, we are rough going through this. Okay, share your trip. You can share your trip as an Uber passenger, and I don't know if Lyft offers that.
No, I do not.
Come on, Lyft. What are you doing?
I started doing that.
I got a funny story about Lyft.
Oh, great. Hold on. Yes, go
No,
ahead.
I was
No,
gonna say,
no, you go.
I started doing the share your trip on Uber, and Michelle actually likes it.
What, as a driver?
Yeah, you can share your trip with anyone as a driver.
Michelle can see where I'm at. And you
I didn't know that.
The one time I was in Chicago, where she
Yeah,
called
that's
me.
when I did it too.
Clearly, I'm
Chicago.
terrible.
Well, it's an option. You got to turn on the option, and then you get a little icon up on the app. So
right.
I got an email from Lyft today.
What were you fact checking? Sorry.
What you need? What's the requirement to have alcohol in your car in
That's
the city of Grand Rapids?
Anyways, the email popped up. It said, new report an accident. And I'm like, uh-oh, did someone report that they were in an accident in my Lyft?
Uh-oh.
But it turns out I actually read it completely wrong. And now you can finally report an accident inside the app where before you couldn't.
Oh, so it was just to let you know?
Yeah, it was just to let me know that you can do it through the app now. But I thought one of my riders had reported that they were in an accident in my vehicle.
goodness.
I was like, oh, crap.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't get that email.
I didn't either.
We should talk about the new Uber app. I know some of us have it, some of us don't. Well,
Yeah.
none of us at this table have it.
I was going to say I don't want to talk
Well,
about it. It's stupid.
Just shush. Let's finish this. Don't reveal too many personal details. I mean, I don't ever have people.
Well,
I mean,
that's a good point, though, because say you're doing airport pickups and you're talking to your driver. Say your driver could be a shady person.
yeah.
Oh, I go on vacation all the time, blah, blah, blah. He knows your address.
That's true. Or I travel. I'm gone all week, and I mean, you don't know who's home at the
Or
house.
I'm home now and I got to leave again on, Monday or Tuesday to go out
Yeah.
of state.
Speaking about knowing your address, have you ever had anybody where people will have you drop them off not at the address?
Yes.
I've only had, and we just talked about the video that I'm going to try to post on Friday. Is those girls? They had me drop them off at like 5 houses down, and they waited till I left.
See, I dropped 3 girls off in Byron Center, and it was at a gas station.
Huh.
And when I left, they kind of walked.
Really?
Yep.
Hmm.
I mean, it was right next to a trailer park, so that's obviously where they were going. It was
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's not very common, at least.
No.
I've only had it one time. Or I'm dropping, and you never know. They could say, oh, right here, and it might be close to the pin, but it might not be exactly.
I actually had a friend on Facebook comment that she does not have the drivers pick her up or drop her off at her address.
Hmm.
And she just says she's not comfortable with them having that information.
Yeah.
I understand why. I can see why. I can.
It's all about the convenience. If you want,
Right.
if you care, then you better do it. Otherwise, I mean, I don't care. You can come in my house, but it's not going to end pretty for you. So FYI.
Well, that's another good point. Everyone has security, surveillance, I should say.
yeah, there's
Other
cameras
house.
everywhere.
Ben.
Yep, me too. Rate your driver. This is one of the most important things that people don't do.
Right.
I mean, I've taken 2,500 Uber rides, and I've got maybe 1,250 on rating, so almost half, which is fine for me. I'm not looking for a bad rating, but if you have a bad experience with a driver, please report him.
Yep.
Type out an email.
Right.
It's important for 2 reasons. Selfishly, I want to get you off the road because that's one less driver in my market. And 2, I don't want to end up with that guy.
Right.
Like if I take it, I don't want to end up with that guy. So
I told that too. I mean, a couple of my buddies, they know I drive, and I was like, make sure you actually report people.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, people actually read that. Yeah, they do. They take it serious.
Yeah.
And I said, sometimes even if you had a bad enough experience, Uber will refund your fare. So,
right.
Don't abuse the system, though.
No, of course
Well,
not.
of course not. You're always going to get the jerks that do that. But
I mean, that one time we saw Ben, he saw that other Uber car, and it should not be an Uber car, right? I mean, it's like some of the cars that they drive with on the roads today, it's one of those things that, not that I want to be the better person, but we all take care of our cars. We consider it's a big deal that that the cars are clean and well functioning and maintained and that kind of stuff, because we want to be safe. We want our families to be safe, but we also want the riders to be safe, right? So it's important that other people in our market, and any market really, is treating it the same way, in my opinion.
And again, my idea, have a lower tier than UberX that says, I just want to get there. I don't care if there's one flat tire. I just need to get to work. You know what I mean? I'll pay a little bit less. Or vice versa, make that the UberX and make it a section between UberX and UberXL that says, I care about my life. I want a driver with a higher rating and not a nicer car, but one that clearly, if you have a higher rating, your car is not a disaster.
Well, do you remember a while ago we talked about that, because supposedly that was one of the new features that they were coming out with. There was the higher rated drivers. You can request them.
Yeah, we've yet to see that, but
we can't even get the new app here.
Yeah, no kidding. It is weird that how they can
Uber Thrift.
That's
what Justin
yes,
said that.
Uber Thrift. Oh my gosh, that needs to be a T-shirt. We got to get on that. So yeah. That's the last tip. That was a long article about that. But let's just jump into the app real quick. Some Android phones in Grand Rapids market have gotten it. Some haven't. No iPhone have gotten it, it sounds like.
Yeah, Justin got it, right?
Yep.
He got the new app.
And I think Ben does too. I couldn't tell you the features. I know the Surge actually has it shows up as a multiplier now, instead of where you had to tap in to go down to zoom and see, pinch and zoom.
Oh, okay.
So it actually shows up. But other than that, it shows your picture on the main screen too, which is kind of weird.
I'm sure you can turn it off.
I hope so. I don't need to see myself. I know what I look like.
Or maybe it's for rider safety.
Yeah, but I guess why?
Make sure that that's the correct driver picking you up. I mean,
yeah, I guess as if you were a black guy and then there's a white guy in the corner.
There's Nick in the corner.
You're like, I think I'm in the wrong car. But the picture's so small, I'm not sure.
But that's just for us, though.
Yeah, but the people could see it if they were sitting in the car. They could see your app if you have it mounted.
Well, yeah, but true. But they can't see. Well, I guess depending on.
I was gonna say I have my phone mounted.
Yeah, I mean,
right
if they're way in third row, they don't care. I mean, it's just weird.
So isn't it just taking up valuable screen?
I'm tired of Justin's screenshot, and I see his ugly mug in the right hand corner when he posts it in Telegram.
Yeah, I know.
Are you responding to him at all or not?
Justin, we are definitely jealous. So
through here, yeah.
No, well, you should type it too, because remember all that chat and hashtag stuff. Remember?
No, I don't.
Ben, the producer, where are you?
Justin says there's no way to turn
my stream actually keeps turning off.
Does it?
Yeah. I can't even get it to stay on.
Thanks for interrupting that, dude.
Oh, I don't care about you.
Go ahead.
Justin says there's no way to turn off the icon. That thing. It's a function.
Oh, it
works as a function button.
It's a dumb function.
Whatever.
All right, the next one, I tried this video. I played it a couple times, and it was sketch, so we'll try it again, but just FYI.
Turn the sound off.
It is off right now. This is Dallas-Fort Worth. And it doesn't really have to do with our local market, but it's just something...
that an airport's trying.
Clearly, they have problems with drivers waiting curbside.
Yes.
Maybe they don't have a commercial lane.
But it's not just drivers. It's, actual people, too, not there on a rideshare platform. It's people picking up family members.
Oh, okay.
And taxis.
Oh,
obviously.
so it's not just
rideshare drivers. It's everyone.
Yeah. It's annoying when you go to... I've actually had... Is it DK Security that does...
yes. Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of guys walking up and down the commercial lane and kind of looking at me. I'm like, hey, man, I was waiting for him to say something to me. I'm like, what do you want?
I've actually seen them kick normal cars out of there.
Well, they should.
In the commercial lane.
They should. It's already very crowded in there. So, all right, we're going to try this video. Let's see. There's going to be an ad first, but it had trouble earlier. Buffering. But yeah, I'm hope. Oh, of course. Oh no, there was an ad right in the middle. That's right. Crikes. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so earlier the ad was in the middle of the video. So just in case you wanted to stay at the Haven at Grand Landing.
Another transportation network company like that. That's pretty astonishing when you figure that as recently as 2015, Uber and Lyft weren't allowed to pick up passengers at DFW. But all of that extra traffic has created a little bit of chaos at the curbsides around the airport's 5 passenger terminals. And DFW is making some changes starting September 8th. When you come to pick someone up at the airport, if they're not ready for you at curbside, you cannot just hang around when your vehicle will wait. You're going to have to go park in the 1-hour lots. Now, the airport's going to add 1,200 1-hour lots. They're also going to move the taxi cabs, which are no longer a dominant form of transportation. They're going to move the taxi cabs from the above-ground curbside down into the bowels of the parking garages.
Taxi.
That'll create more space for people to
You're
pick
with
up
us.
passengers at curbside. For the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, I'm Gordon Dixon.
So it wasn't too riveting of a thing, but it basically just, says there's more cars now.
It reminds me of, remember how they, when was that they announced that the Kent County Airport was going to make some changes and they were going to move the Uber queue, right?
Yeah.
You mean the Gerald
Gerald Ford, yeah. They were going to make a lot for Uber on the property. So
whatever happens, we should look into that.
Yeah, that's a good
fact check.
Yeah, I think when they announced it was within the next year, but they're constantly doing construction.
Right.
They redid right where you pull in that little approach there, but that would be nice. I mean, I don't mind going to Wendy's, but man, I can't believe they haven't kicked us out yet.
With how people park there
and please, people who are parked at Wendy's, clean up your shit. Sorry, but it's like so often I throw away stuff that's just left on the parking lot, and it's so frustrating. Please understand, this is a owned franchise. Somebody owns that Wendy's. It's not just big corporate America. Please clean up. He's letting us use that property. Right.
I mean, it's not hard to just. I mean, I walk over to their dumpster. They don't care as long as their parking lot's clean. I mean,
right.
Surprisingly, I don't see a lot of cigarette butts there. Although I don't get out of my car a lot. Maybe there are a lot there. I kind of hide now, so I kind of drive.
You do hide. Now.
I do hide. Yeah, but and then the last thing is stats about how risk of crashing with a gig economy is increasing. So it's just talking about with more cars on the road, and it does talk about Amazon in this, which is true. I mean, you're hauling, and I think you're hauling faster than when you have passengers because you're trying to get your packages delivered and in a quick time. And it says nearly half of 47% admitted breaking the speed limit because of time pressure in their job. So
don't do that. Don't get speeding tickets. That's a bad idea.
Do you want to talk about that?
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Don't get speeding tickets.
Hashtag Jesper left foot, lead foot.
Hashtag hopefully soon back on Lyft.
Right. But I don't speed while I have passengers in the car.
Oh, never.
So, just you got to tell me when he says stuff. I can't.
Why?
Well, because I want to respond to him because he's asking.
He just said the new app shows the queue at the airport.
Well, doesn't the old app?
Yeah.
No, he means actually at the airport, not Wendy's next to it.
Oh, you can be on the airport property?
I don't know, but I think what he means is the pin is at the airport, not. I mean, right on the old app, the pin is actually on Wendy's.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So
but
I'm assuming that's what he meant.
But back to the driving, yeah, I definitely speed when I don't have drivers or riders with me.
I never speed.
No?
I don't speed anymore. I'm done.
Well, I know you are.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. We have a checklist, and one of these was not done.
It's on the checklist.
I know. I didn't even look at it.
We've been live streaming for 41 minutes.
Yeah,
on
I know.
YouTube,
I got it on Audacity.
It's on the checklist.
I know. But anyways, back to this article again.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. What we need to do is print it out so I can have it right here, and then if I see, I'll be
We're
like,
gonna tape it onto Jesper's forehead.
Yes.
You don't have a printer.
Yeah, I have 2 printers, but they don't work.
Ben, where are you?
Right. No kidding. Can you sell me a printer, Ben? I'll just get you a T-shirt that has the checklist on it, so then I can just look at you and say, "Oh crap, we forgot to stop the timer." So back to this article. So yeah, I do speed. I mean, like 5, 10 over, but not with a passenger. And I think Justin said something, not tonight, but I remember him saying that it barks at you if you go over any speed limit. So. No, it didn't. Only if you hit 80.
Well, you're still going over the speed
right,
limit.
but I think it barks at you if you're going over
like
25.
1 mile per hour?
No, I think if you're in the 25 zone, just like Waze will know what speed limit, I think, and it tells you when you're speeding, I think that's what it does. That's annoying.
So you better be careful.
I better be able to turn that off. Well, I don't know. I think it's only when you have passengers in your car. So,
go test it out for us, Justin.
Yeah. Can you go do it right now and do a video?
And then post it on our page.
Right, like during the live stream. That would be amazing. I think he went to bed.
Thank you, Justin.
You're such a good guy. All right, next up, we're done with the articles. Tip time. Nick, do you want to go with this because you wrote it and I didn't actually read it?
Yeah, I suppose. Basically, what I wrote down was sometimes it does make sense to wait on your riders.
Yeah.
It sucks sometimes, but there are times where it has paid off. There's times it's paid off for me. And this weekend it paid off for Justin.
That's right.
We were talking on Telegram, us three, since Jesper's too cool to drive. But anyways.
You had the weekend off.
I know.
I haven't taken a weekend off in like 3
and
months.
Justin was not going to wait for the rider. We kept trying to convince him to wait.
Yeah.
And you actually had turned down this ride.
Yes, I did turn down that ride. I was driving to the airport with a Lyft, and I got the ride, and it was a Select, and it was even a Surge. But I decided not to take it because it was 15 minutes away. So what are you getting your phones out for?
Because Justin just had mentioned to check our phones.
My phone's off, so
I'll let Jesper take care of it. So anyways, he was picking up a bride and groom from obviously wedding. But they were taking forever. I don't even remember how long he sat there. What was it? 15,
half hour.
20 half
ended
hour?
up being a half hour, yeah.
And they kept coming out there and telling him, "Oh, we're going to take care of you. We're going to take care of you."
Yeah, we've heard that, right? We'll tip you in the app.
Well, this one
that
paid
needs to be a
off for
t-shirt.
him. This one, they gave him $100 on top of the Select fare. So,
And not 20s, an actual Benjamin.
Yeah,
They
yep.
handed him a Benjamin, the grandma did.
So, I mean, I've had it where I've done that, I'm not going to mention who it was, but my one ride where, they gave me $250 to sit there for half hour.
Right.
But, sometimes it's worth taking that gamble. Even if it didn't pay off, you still got the Select trip. Still well worth it.
Use your judgment. I mean, he kind of had a feeling that he probably would get paid, but I'll be honest with you. If it's a pickup at the Bob or if it's just a normal ride, 5 minutes, I'm out. I mean, sorry, I'm not waiting.
Yeah.
But I will wait at the airport.
But if the rider is good at communicating, generally they are going to tip you.
Yeah.
It happened to Cece just the other day as well.
What's that?
She waited at the airport. She came by and somebody.
That's right.
And somebody stuck her $40 for waiting 10
right
minutes at the airport.
She's been killing it with long trips this
my
week.
Gosh, yeah.
Man,
But
I'm
you
jealous.
got to think of how much she drives.
Well, I think she only drives about 8 hours a day. I mean,
At
a regular
most,
job.
At most, she has a goal, and once she reaches that goal, she's out.
Yeah. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like there's been a lot more, and maybe now that they notify you, and that's why. But I've been getting a lot more like 45-minute plus rides from the airport.
I think you think that you do because of that weekend where it was all broken.
No, that's possible.
No. I'm not that week. It was only that one weekend. No, I'm saying this summer I felt like I've gone to Holland and Allegan and South Haven.
I've actually felt like I've gone. Well, I haven't driven that much this summer, but I haven't driven near as much.
Traverse City. Never do that again. Not because of the rate, but because I was so tired.
That was a good ride.
Yeah,
I
really.
cannot believe I did that one to Chicago and I turned the other one down 2 weeks before, or a month before, whatever.
You'll never forget that.
Nope, never.
Never.
That was a potential $600 ride.
Right.
And I was an idiot.
I think it would have been more than that.
Nah, not that much.
It was a
We'll do the math. I mean, we could figure it out.
2.8 Surge.
So almost
XL.
3 times XL.
XL. An XL ride by itself is 187. Well, 185, whatever.
To
Fact check.
Chicago?
I bet you it's more than that.
More than
Oh, I
187?
actually looked it up one day.
He just deadpanned you. He's like, yeah, I actually looked it
No,
up.
but you do the Grand Rapids, you do look it up.
Yeah.
Are you
know.
talking our take would be 187 or
No, what the
actual-
rider paid.
No, I guarantee you it's more than that.
Really? Well, type in the
Whatever.
fact check.
Put it in fact check.
So yeah, I mean that's
Whatever.
our tip is
I didn't take it.
yeah, it doesn't really matter, but I want to rub it in. Just kidding, buddy. You can't cry over spilt milk.
There's also other things I can't do on live stream.
Right.
So
Yeah. Did you know if you drop the F-bomb 2 times in your podcast and you don't put explicit for iTunes, they'll boot you off the platform?
Really?
I guess. Maybe.
I don't ever
Good thing
say-
we
I
don't ever say the
that
F word on
so-
here.
No.
No. Period. I don't ever say the F word.
Yeah, I know you don't.
I always do.
But
it's not here.
just back to the tip. Use your best judgment. I wouldn't say wait all the time, but I mean, and Yasser makes a good point. If they're communicating, I'm less likely to cancel right away because I'm like, I feel a little bad, but when they call me with 1 minute to go and they're still cashing out, peace.
Well, I think that's a big difference, airport and bar crowd. I'm not going to
Yeah.
sit there, even if they are good, like you just said, and they're cashing out.
Unless
from the
it's
bar.
like, what if it's a surge? You'll wait though.
Oh, well.
I mean,
depends.
how long?
That's why we have all of us in the group to be like, oh, hey, the surge is up to blah, blah, blah now.
Right.
Yeah.
So going back to the trip to Chicago brought me up. I was reminded of a thing. So some markets has return fare built into Uber,
We saw something recently,
right?
in the podcast. You posted a picture in the podcast group, but
So they actually calculate the return fare back into your area.
yeah, I don't think that's
How does that
standard.
work? No, well, as far as I can read in some of the national groups, too, some markets has that as part of Uber, as part of the upfront pricing.
I would fact check that too.
No, I know.
If,
I'm gonna.
if
put it
we're
on.
gonna find it, but all right. Questions from our face. Are these all from our local?
No, all national and local.
Okay. All right. Question 1. I was under the impression that Uber Lyft pays out our tolls. Well, clearly not in Michigan.
Yeah.
I didn't read it. Now I have a $185 ticket that I need to pay. Original toll was $12.75. Amount of penalty is $172.50. Wow.
So when I did the Chicago trip,
There were tolls?
well, on the way back, but anyways, it took me on. Actually, it took me on the non-toll road, but I could have. But there was a spot for me to report in other fees I had on that long ride.
Oh, when you were done with it, you go
Right.
into the ride?
Yeah, so I'm supposed to shell out my toll myself first,
Right.
But Uber,
They reimburse you.
they have the ability to charge the rider for it.
Yeah. So I don't know. The answer on it is they reimburse you for tolls. If you look at the ride receipt, if you miss paying a toll, it is on the driver to go back and pay it. If you not pay the penalties, they'll suspend your driver's license. Well, it is on him. I mean, I don't know.
It's on the driver.
You pulled this. Did you read any of the comments or anything?
Pretty much that's what everyone said. Everyone laughed at him.
Well, I mean, I feel bad, but
It's
don't assume that it's going to get taken care of. Make
'Cause
sure
it's
you.
not.
Yeah, it's a company that.
When I did my Chicago trip, I actually missed one toll road, and I actually had to track back down what exact toll I missed, and I had to pay it.
The last time I traveled, this is very random, but we went through a toll area, and you don't stop. It just
Right.
takes a picture. They never sent it to me. I never got it in the mail.
I got a bill.
Well, I mean, it's not a fee. I didn't break a rule.
Oh
The-
no!
no.
Hey, that you're thinking of the Lexington, Kentucky bridge.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Over
never
there.
got never got it.
that's how they do it on that bridge. Is they take a picture of your license plate and send you the bill, and you just pay the bill.
But I didn't get one
Oh,
because we went to. It was when we were going to Florida when
Yeah.
we drove.
Maybe they couldn't see the license.
but I
could
got
be.
mine. I got mine literally a year later.
Oh well, maybe it's still coming because I have gotten it from there before when
Yeah.
there's a convention down in
And very specifically, explicitly on the bill says, this is your first notice. You'll get up to 3, and if you don't pay it, this will happen.
right. No, I have no problem paying it. I was expecting it to come in the mail, and
But
never
it is
did.
kind of shocking. You're like, when did I miss a toll?
Right. Well, the first time when it happened, I was like, "Oh, what the heck? I must have blown right through it." But
I had a buddy over here from Denmark one year, many years ago, and they had rented a car.
Wait, you have a buddy?
Shut up. And so they would just keep going through the fast lanes.
Oh, no.
He's like, can't I just do this? No. They just went through the fast pass.
Oh, I think they all should be like that. If they have the technology, let's just do this. Don't make it. It slows traffic down.
No, I know, but they didn't have a fast pass.
Well, I know,
in the
but
rental car.
I know.
No, you're supposed to.
Some
pay
of them
the
do.
toll.
I think
Some of them.
I remember reading now that they're actually going to track you from toll to toll to
Okay.
keep track of your speed limit.
Oh,
I'm
that's
being dead
BS.
serious, too.
No,
I did read
think
that.
I've heard that. But some of the rentals, you can actually opt in to get that and not pay it. But I think they all should be like that. It's so. I went to San Francisco once. My sister got married there, and it takes forever to get in the city because it just slows to a crawl. Because come on, let's just get going. I mean, geez, sorry,
Oh,
it
you're
annoys
fine.
me. Next
How
up,
do you really feel about it?
that's how I feel. How do you feel about traffic, Jesper?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Jeez. I've seen this one a ton. So now that we're using the new driver app, not us, is there a way to cancel a ride and get paid for a no-show? When I arrive at my destination, I can see the timer for the rider is notified, but then after that expires, it goes into the charging rider, but the timer never changes. It's always at 0 minutes. At one point, I literally have waited over 8 minutes, your problem, and never received the option to cancel the ride as a no-show.
now did they call the rider? Because we always have to call the rider.
This is
as
on
well.
Uber, though.
This is Uber.
It doesn't matter. I always have to. I have to call them before
No.
I get
No,
the
you
no-show
don't.
option. I have never gotten the no-show option unless I call them.
Then there's something wrong with your phone because Uber's never been like that since I started driving 3 years ago. The timer goes off, rider no-show.
It's only on Lyft you have to call.
I don't. I'm just telling you what it is.
Okay, next time you get it, I want you to take a screenshot of your options because I want to see that because it says rider no-show right there. That's the option.
I don't get that option unless I call them. That's what I'm telling you.
Don't you have a little, when the
No.
timer expires, you get a little circle?
It just says charging for the driver, charging for time. And
Really?
then when I call them, I get the no-show option.
Huh. Never heard of
Okay, we need...
I mean, we'll fact check it and I'll,
No,
I'll take
but
a
I-
screenshot.
No, seriously, this weekend, I want you to do it on your dash cam. I want to see that because that's interesting because that's never...
it. Yeah.
That's never happened to me.
That's new.
That's new. That's new.
I mean, I put it on the fact check too. But,
Yeah, but I
I mean, the other thing about it is I always call right away. So
I know.
I mean, well, most of the times when I have the no-show, it's at the Bob, and I always call them right away on the way over to the Bob.
I've been refusing pickups at the Bob.
Yeah, I mean, each to his own. I will call for the Bob
Yeah.
because of the pickup location, but other than that, I don't call.
No, that's the only place I call.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. But anyways, the answer it seems like there's a pretty common glitch in the new app. The option is there, but sometimes it does not work. At that point, I would just cancel the ride and after 5 minutes. And I mean, it says take the hit. What does that mean? Like
That means you're not getting paid the cancellation
I think you
fee.
wait the 5 minutes and then you problem with my fare or problem with the ride, and then
I should get paid. Yeah.
you should get paid. You should email Uber. When that stuff happens, you need to start taking screenshots.
Yeah, but when it's busy, you're not going
Justin
to sit
says
there.
he's experienced the same with the new app. He says.
yeah, it unless it's just buried somewhere and they don't want. I mean, good old Uber doesn't want you to actually try to cancel. But
Hey, Ben, welcome.
Ben
Yeah, you just joined.
Crocker.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah. Eventually we'll get the app. I'm hoping before this weekend to give it a try.
No, it's not going to happen. I'm not even going to get my hopes up.
I know. I don't know why. It's just something new and different, and it's nice to have. So, but we won't get it. Question 3: did Uber Eats reduce the pickup fee for drivers? I've been doing Uber Eats since December, and when they first rolled out in Grand Rapids, and the pickup fee has always been $1.98. But today, both my food deliveries are only $1.08 pickup fee. What's interesting is they've reduced it on both ends, but not as much on the driver's side, compared to the basically it went down from $5.99 to $2.99, right? Anyone?
Yes.
Anyone?
Yes.
No one's looking
Yes.
at me.
I haven't done an Uber Eats in forever, so I don't know.
Yes, it did. It dropped down.
Speaking of Uber Eats and food delivery, next month I am doing a food delivery experiment. For 4 weekends, I'm going to run exclusively Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. And I'm just going to have them all on at the same time. And just going to see how it goes.
You're going to eat a lot of fast food, man.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to eat it.
All the non-deliveries you get to eat.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now.
What about Joy Run? You forgot about Joy Run.
Joy Run doesn't work that way, though. It's not. I've been on there, but it's just, I don't know. It's supposed to launch in Allendale next or after Labor Day, maybe September. So we'll see. But I'm going to give that a try and then write an article about it. So look forward to that. But yeah, they basically lowered the delivery on both sides for customer and driver. I have to think they lowered it because all the new platforms. Agreed.
Definitely.
DoorDash, Grubhub, Joy Run. It's somewhat a competitor, but
what is DoorDash?
So DoorDash is the same thing as Grubhub.
Fact check this, since I don't think we did it last week. Supposedly they're owned by Lyft.
Yes, I forgot to look at that. What's interesting is why DoorDash would come here.
I don't know.
I don't get it. Do we have the market to support all these?
If I was them, I would come to where that other stuff isn't available.
In different cities and
Yes.
markets. Yeah, I'm sure they're trying to be the first to get before Uber Eats and everything,
But they're not.
they're not. And why would you? And my guess is you get a better, even though it costs a little more on DoorDash and Grubhub, my guess is you get better service from them than Uber Eats. I could almost guarantee it. But I could be wrong. Oh no, there was one more. Did you do 4? Look at you.
Went above and beyond.
Yeah. Last question. Did you know that Lyft has a maximum fare? Once you reach that maximum, you will not be paid to drive any farther. I did know that. I thought it was 400. Nick looked it up, and it's 300.
This happened to good old Uber Phil.
Yeah, it did, to Wisconsin, right?
Yes, yep.
So what did he actually do? You have to...
He didn't get paid for it.
No, does it tell you that the ride is done?
No.
So you just keep on keeping on, and you don't know that you're not getting paid?
Yeah, unless you know the maximum.
But if you know the maximum, how do you even know you're going to hit it?
I haven't had it happen to me.
No.
But, yeah.
The only way to figure it out is figure out the mileage and like, okay, I guess I'm going to hit it here. I'm going to cancel the ride or, that's interesting. Why would they do that?
To prevent fraud, probably.
But they get upfront pricing too, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Crazy.
I knew there was a limit. I didn't
Probably
know
has something crazy to do with like the banks and everything, and I don't know.
Well, most cards will let you do 500 a day.
Oh, they'll let you do more than that.
No, there's a lot of debit cards.
My debit
So that
card,
if you go
I
to
only
Best Buy, you can't buy a $1,000 TV without calling the bank
credit
first.
card. That's
No.
not a debit card.
A debit card. I wouldn't use a credit card for that. I'd use a debit card.
Mine has a limit
know,
on
but
cash withdrawal per day.
Yeah, cash withdrawal is 500.
Yeah,
But not a charge on the card.
I thought Uber cards only accepted debit cards on the other side. I thought you have to put a debit card on your account with Uber.
No. They actually have Uber credit cards.
No. I know for the passenger, for the driver.
For the driver, yes.
Yes, I'm talking about the rider when they pay for it.
Yeah, you can put any card you want on there.
Okay, I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, why wouldn't you be able to use a credit card?
Well, because I thought they have a better chance of getting their money with a debit card, and it costs them less with a debit card than a credit
Yeah,
card.
it does. It does for sure.
So, I know the rates are different for a debit card.
Yeah. But
Anyways,
you guys got anything else? We actually came in at 59 minutes. I feel like there wasn't a ton of news.
There's no current events going on in Grand Rapids either.
Yeah, I feel with the weekend before Labor Day weekend, maybe and school starting, there's just not much going on. I was trying
when is school officially starting?
For them?
For like young kids.
GVSU.
No, we brought that up.
Yeah, we did
last
fact check.
podcast. I think it was next week sometime.
Okay.
I could be wrong. But,
Well, it was probably this week. Since it was 2 weeks ago when we did our last podcast.
yeah, I don't think it was this week. My kids started Monday.
My
So-
kids start on Monday.
Years back. What about yours, Nick?
Mine
Next week?
started on Tuesday next week.
Next week. Okay. Wait, are they got Friday off?
Mm-hmm.
Next week? So they go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then, okay. Yeah, each school is different. But all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching tonight. We appreciate it. Any questions that you guys might have if you watch this, please reach out to us. We'll be happy to answer it as the best we can. We do have some exciting things coming up, or at least for the podcast. We got a couple of possible interviews about insurance, and then somebody local from
Experience GR
that wants to chat with us. So we're working on that, and hope to see you guys soon. Have a good night.
Thank you.
See ya.
I wish we had a producer here.
You are the producer.
Yeah, I know.
2 people are watching.
Not anymore.
Did you kill the live stream?
Yep.
Sweet.
My live stream kept closing the whole time.
Really?
Yeah, it kept saying, "Oops, something went wrong."
I wonder why.
It went fine.
For you?
Oh, it's been running all night.
Oh, I don't know.
But it's because I have a good computer. Sorry.
You what?
He just got his
I have a
computer
good
back.
computer.
He has a great computer.
I have an awesome computer.
Your
All right.
computer sucks balls.
Thanks for listening to the show, guys. Hope you're enjoying it. Just wanted to throw this out here. We do have an offer for a free swag t-shirt from GR Rideshare Podcast or GR Rideshare Adventures Podcast. We need you to go to iTunes, rate, subscribe, and review. If you do that, send us the correct information that you did that, and we will send you a free t-shirt. I will put a link to the t-shirt in the show notes. There is a cost to it, but your shirt will be free if you do review us on iTunes. I appreciate everyone, and thanks for listening.